Welcome back to Newsday. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Now let's look at some local news where the Deputy Governor of Ondo State, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who is now the acting governor, has said that the drama surrounding the health of Governor Rotimi Akeredolu was avoidable. He made the comments during a state broadcast on Thursday morning. A day earlier, the Ondo State House of Assembly had declared Aiyedatiwa the acting governor after the Assembly received a medical leave notification letter from Governor Akeredolu. Aiyedatiwa said the state must return quickly to the path of development after the avoidable distractions caused by the governor's health challenges. Well, Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss the key components of the acting governor's state broadcast and his commitment to seeking to build a shared future from a divided past. Many thanks for joining us again, Mr. Sobowale. It's always a pleasure to be in conversation with you. Right. Straight into it. I don't want to waste any time on this matter because I know you have some powerful statements for us, powerful thoughts. I want to start with the end of the statement, which said, as a government, we have recovered. You know, riding off of that statement, what is your take of this broadcast yesterday?
Well, it's a very fine end to the entire saga. Contrary to what people were insinuating before, that there was anarchy there. So to me, it's like a fine fairy tale.
Happy ending.
With a politically romantic end. The beauty of it is that in his broadcast, the acting governor literally begged the people of the state for the distraction of the entire imbroglio. He literally begged them. And then you see, I like the empathy manifested in the way the entire saga has run its full course. And you see, he said we could have done better. And he thanked God for what happened. And at the end of the day, he still ended up praying for the recovery of the governor, because he will be there temporarily, like he said. Well, that is positive politics, the way I look at it. And I'm happy it has ended peacefully, which is less than you can say for other places where things are just brewing now.
You can stay the place.
But you can say the intervention of the president has saved the situation. That is party discipline, that's party hegemony, and that's cohesion and unity, all at play. And it has played off. And you see, the governor, the acting governor, lamented about so many things. Aside from saying that we could have done better, he begged the people for doing things the way they have done it, because the people put them in power. He acknowledged the sovereignty of the people, which he said they have not handled well, and literally apologized. And I think he knew the odds he faced, because he said impeachment is part of politics, and when it comes, it comes. And you may survive it or not. And he said, I have survived it. You know, you can say that again. You can say that again. So I'm happy with what has happened. And maybe other parties could borrow a leaf from this. That they say when the fish is rotting, it is the head that has a problem. And if the head stays too long rotting, the entire body will collapse. That is what has happened there. And I'm happy the president intervened at the time he did. And the state is grateful to the party hierarchy. They thank the chairman of the party, thank the president, thank the Senate president. That's a good administrative setup for discipline and conflict resolution. Well, the APC can beat its chest this time around. I'm sure not many parties can do that. Right now.
You had to go there, right?
Things are going on in Port Harcourt and other places. Yes. So let's give kudos to the people of Ondo State and the active president And let us join them in wishing their ailing president good health,
Governor,
and return to office in good time.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Sobowale, you mentioned that Aiyedatiwa knew the odds that he faced
Yes.
at the time that all this was unfolding. Yeah. But I'm just wondering if you are concerned that, because one of the hardest things to change is a made-up mind. For those who have already placed him in this box that he didn't show loyalty or whatever to the governor who's recovering at the time, do you think that they might frustrate his efforts during this time that he's going to be serving as acting governor?
Okay, you are the one raking up the past now. You see, these people have thanked God for escaping the mishap that has befallen them, and you are still reading money into
no
that.
permanent friends or no permanent interests.
That's right. That's international relations now, not local politics.
What's happening?
People have thank God that they survived Blue Mother, and you are still talking about the past. Let us move forward with them. You see, try and share the optimism.
I'm not saying that they...
And you know, they ended on one note, that they're happy that the opposition is in shambles in the state. Otherwise, they know what could have happened to them. It's literally one party state. And while they were at each other's throat, I mean, those who could have taken over were not that powerful.
So you think he's going to have a smooth run as acting governor?
This is the opportune time you will ask me now. The other time you asked me, and I know it's okay. I think it was talk where
You came looking for violence today.
These people, they have resolved to thank God and move on. And luckily, you see, the governor is sick, they know. They are praying for him. You see, which means it was not really a do or die affair. It was not really a do or die affair.
Now,
please, when you see successful conflict resolution, try and
face me, Mr. Sobowale.
Acknowledge it. So, in the spirit of moving on, as much as earlier you expressed a sentiment that you're happy that this is a happy ending, a romantic ending, but many may say it's just the beginning, as of course we're beginning to count down the months towards the election, the next election in Ondo State. What are the moves, if you sat on his advisory team right now, or if you were his friend and you had his listening ear, what are the moves that you think he needs to make in order to give himself a safe passage to the ballot for the next election?
You see, in the plan that the president gave them, the strategy was clear. He was to remain as deputy governor. But now, that has changed. He's now acting governor. Now, before, the secretary to the government was said to be in charge of the bureaucracy, so that the day-to-day running was going on. The secretary to the government is still there, but freer now to attend to the civil service and implementation of government. And then, of course, the speaker. There is no impeachment in the air anymore. So there is political calm after a huge storm, which they survived one way or the other, in spite of the prognosis of some people. Get me? So let us be positive. Let us be optimistic and wish them well.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you to pause for a moment as we have a bit of breaking news. Now, in November 2023, the headline inflation rate increased to 28.2%. That's relative to October 2023 headline inflation rate, which was 27.33%. Now, looking at the movement, the November 2023 headline inflation rate showed an increase of 0.87% points when compared to October 2023 headline inflation rate. Furthermore, on a month-on-month basis, the headline inflation rate in November 2023 was 2.09%, which was 0.35% higher than the rate recorded in October of 2023. This means that in November of 2023, the rate of increase in the average price level is more than the rate of increase in average price level in October 2023. So that's just in our inflation rate has increased. We'll come back to Ondo State, but very quickly, any thoughts on, I think this was expected, the increase in this inflation rate, and not to put you on the spot, do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, what they have always said was that for it to get better, it will maybe get worse for some time. It is minimal, but it is important. But I'm happy the CBN governor has said that they will go back to the basics. Maintain price stability and lower inflation. That is the ultimate goal of any government in the dire economic straits like we are in now. But I'm sure eventually, with all the palliatives, the reforms being put into the financial sector, it will eventually go down.
Well, we hope that's definitely...
All things being equal.
Hope that's the case. So back to Aiyedatiwa's situation. You also mentioned that other parties could borrow a leaf from this. But when you look at this, how this situation has played out, what are key lessons that you would say are worth taking from what you observed?
Okay. I will quote Shakespeare. The ambition should be made of standard stuff. It's good to be ambitious, but you must weigh the odds for or against your ambition. The deputy governor, or maybe some advisors near him, literally, propelled him to try and do something, because this man is lean, it's our opportunity. But things didn't turn out that way. The sick governor too fought back brilliantly. Get me? So I admire. I'm not surprised that happened. Ondo is like that. Ondos and the Kitties, they are intellectually aggressive people in the Yoruba terrain. So I respect their political acumen. But I'm happy it has not resulted in any violence. Unlike a bombing of the demolition elsewhere. You see, you are not talking of that. This is a peaceful resolution.
Because you are talking about this one. We are applauding it.
They say don't live in glass houses, not throw stones. Somebody was asking for the doctrine of necessity, which was already on the ground.
Yeah.
But they could not see it because it was lost in plain sight. And you see what is happening now? A guy should not go to sleep with fire on the thatched roof in any house.
On that note, I think it is...
Port Harcourt?
We can see Port Harcourt.
So we do congratulate the people of Ondo State for a new dawn for the Sunshine State. Yeah, smooth resolution, and of course we hope that things from now on will progress in a positive light.
Amen.
Mr. Dayo Sobowale, I know you're staying with us, so I will thank you at the end of the program.